Mr. Amit Gulati, co-founder partner at Design 21. Amit Gulati has worked on large-scale projects, varying from exhibitions, offices to amusement parks. Amit brings with him a detailed understanding of the management of the project, client and consultant coordination, and vendor evaluation. His design sensibilities, technical strength in CAD software applications allow him to provide efficient design solution and cohesive construction drawings for every space. So let's welcome Amit Gulati.
I'm here to talk about what we can do in our daily homes, more about who's fenestration for and what are the actual parameters that we can look for in terms of getting moving on to the possibilities. Of course, fenestration is about positioning of the possibilities of kind of air that we get from outside and the kind of views, the interactions that we can do from the outside to the inside. Indoor air quality is one of the very important things that servicing indoor air quality is one of the major concerns that we have these days today, especially talking about the Delhi region. And windows can do magic in terms of creating the right kind of airflow in terms of placing them at the right place, especially when we are talking about houses in particular. Of course, the positioning of the windows is one, and then what is happening these days is mostly we are also dependent upon the air conditioning to keep our indoor air quality in certain ways. So there are special windows which can completely control the kind of air which is coming in. You can get a filtered treated air inside your homes, which can give you the right kind of indoor air quality, which can these days can be corrupted with the chemicals and the pesticides and the kinds of repellents that we use inside our houses. These windows also help protect us from the bugs and the insects and other kinds of rodents that we have to protect ourselves from. While talking about the air quality, and we do that now, noise is also one of the problems that we face in the cities. It is one of the prominent problems especially when you live around onto the main road and stuff like that. Of course, glass plays a very important role when you are talking about the noise control in a building. There are possibilities of using laminated glass, in which there are two toughened glass which are stuck together with a special layer, which reduces the sound decibel level to a very controlled level, and you can completely block off the noise from the outside. While there are other glass forms which comes in like double glaze units, and you can also use double glaze unit in terms of using a laminated glass along with a toughened glass with a cavity in between, which further reduces the sound, and it also gives you heat insulation inside the house when you have windows facing directly to the sun. For example, if you have a south-facing house, you will have sun directly shining onto your windows. There it comes very handy when you can have a double glazed unit with a laminated glass. It becomes really quiet, and it also reduces the heat gain from the outside. Coming on to the daylight, of course, windows are the source of light inside the house from various directions. Of course, north we get diffuse light, south we get direct sunlight, and hence when we design the houses, it is important to understand the direction that we are facing. If you are facing a south direction, for example, it is nice that you can recess your windows. You can have overhangs coming up, and the windows are recessed a little deep inside so that you are saved from the glare, and even then you can enjoy the daylight inside your homes. You can also have various patterns and jalis which can be used as a fenestration or a covering over your open spaces, which can create quite beautiful rhythmic effects within the balconies and also to the interior spaces, which in turn also can give you a very good visual comfort. It can help you cut the glare or the excessive light which the sun offers, and it can give you the right kind of light which you can enjoy. And of course, depending upon the purpose you have, if if you want to study, or if you want to relax, or if you want to do a special meditation or something like that. Depending upon those purposes, we can have different materials guarding our windows. Heat gain, heat loss is also one of the critical feature of the windows. Some windows can also come with a thermal break, wherein the actual construction of the window is done in certain way that the outside temperature cannot get into the inside. It's more relevant to more area where it snows a lot and the outside temperature can even goes into minus of degrees. Then it becomes very important that we get a thermal break. Fortunately, most of the areas in India, we do not have very harsh outside climate, but we still do get a lot of parts in India where the climate is very harsh. And then thermal break can really give you the kind of comfort on the inside. And it, of course, then saves you energy in terms of cooling or heating the space, as the case may be for your indoor environment. Views are one of the most critical thing that the luxury homes look for. Of course, in the modern buildings where the concrete helps us create big open spaces, and now with big glazings that are becoming the part of the houses, which were not really the part of the houses quite a while ago. Now we can have very big windows which can actually help you enjoy the view outside. It's virtually like you're sitting in an outside environment, while you can control the inside environment in terms of air conditioning it, keeping the air quality like you like, and you can still feel outside to be inside. Of course, there are different materials. Wood has been a traditional material that a lot of Indians are fond of in terms of a luxury house in India. But aluminium is very fast replacing a lot of these wooden windows for, of course, its practical purposes. The aluminium does not expand, contract as much, and it's easily maintainable. And hence it's becoming the trend of the day that these windows, which were earlier, people were fond of using wood, are now using or exploring materials like aluminium and UPVC. The windows helps you bring the outside to the inside, but sometimes you can have a very different function of the fenestration as well, which is to give the inside the right kind of privacy that might be needed. For example, if your buildings are really on the main roads and you want yourself to be protected in terms of dust and those kind of things, and you still want to have the views from the inside to the outside. And hence, like we were talking about earlier, the patterns, the jalis, and those kind of things can help you create a very beautiful rhythmic effect inside and the outside. This effect is also, again, the line between having a window for an office or for a house or for a institutional space is blurring even more now, and we are using the bigger facades and the bigger openings with these jalis forms inside the houses as well now, which gives them a very modern look, along with creating that kind of rhythmic and homely like feeling inside, as well as connecting it to the outside. Just concluding again, fenestration helps us control the indoor air quality. So again, concentrating on the features which one should look for in terms of choosing the right fenestration. Indoor air quality, controlling the noise pollution outside, and controlling the thermal comfort. Of course, views and everything becomes a part of the architecture, and you keeping in mind how the daylight can be used during the daytimes to the inside and using it to the maximum. Thank you for listening.